Top 10 cards we're expecting to see in Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge. Make sure you smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome. I'm going to be starting off over here with the legendary Pillar of the Future, Psychonos. This is always traded as a Sky Striker. It's a machine dupe target at 500 attack points. We can discard Expel, special summon this from our hand, and on our more special, we can special summon a Sky Striker Ace Rose from our deck or graveyard, and then we get locked out of our extra deck for the rest of this turn except for machine monsters, which is not a problem at all. And then we can banish this card from our graveyard, take one of your Sky Striker Ace Roses that is banished from your graveyard, and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Wow, they really wanted to give Sky Striker some amazing abilities to further link climb and be able to access all of the utility toolbox options that this deck necessarily didn't have before. And basically being able to have this card exist to allow you the turbo options to be able to further go through the deck, set up, see Rose, and actually, commit something easier to Ray. I think that's absolutely amazing. Now, let's pass on over to our video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends has hundreds of characters and customization options to give you the chance to make the perfect champion for your style of gameplay. We also have many RPG elements, amazing storyline. Now, by signing up today to get the chance to play, you're going to get the champion Lightsworn by using my link down below. Lightsworn is going to be one of the strongest champions to allow you the chance to be able to step into the world. On top of all of this, if you use promo code GET-OR-BOROW, you're going to get the chance to receive the super strong champion Ouroboros, and I'm not gonna lie, Ouroboros actually seems super strong. Remember, down in the description you are going to find all of the codes and everything that you're going to want to know about Raid Shadow Legend, so please do give this game a shot. Once you're in and crushing your enemies, come join me in the MCOL40 clan and we can become legends together. I'll leave a link down below for everything that you're going to need to know, and remember, Raid Shadow Legends is available on Android, iOS, and PC. Make sure you guys check out Raid Shadow Legends. Like I said, link will be down below. Next up is Sky Striker Ace Chamia. And honestly, I know there's a lot of Sky Striker support in the first little bit here, but this card is honestly really good. Remember, you have to link summon this thing, and it's 2 effect monsters to make. You only special summon one of these per turn, and then if you have 3 or less spells in your graveyard, you can send a Sky Striker card from your deck to the graveyard. Yes, you can drop Rose and Ray with this. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Special summon this card to their field, and if you do, send that opponent's monster to the graveyard. Also, shift control of this card to its owner during the end phase of this turn. Yes, it does put a Sky Striker back in the main monster zone for you, which can be a little bit disappointing, but I think that the worth of having access to an immediate spell dump on a link to generic monster that you can toggle into, one of your Sky Striker links afterwards is very worth it. Next up here, we have Code of the Soul, and this card has been very talked about by a lot of people. But if you control a link monster, free special summon, sure. During your main phase, you can activate the following effect. If you link summon a Salamangreat Link monster, you can use one Salamangreat Link monster you control with the same name as that Link monster as the entire material. Hey, it's the field spell. That's what you want, right? During your opponent's main phase, quick effect when banishes card from a graveyard, immediately after the effect resolves, we can link summon a Link 3 or higher Cyberse Link monster. So you get the ability to do a quick link summon with this. But the biggest thing I care about with this is it's a free extender, it's a fire monster, and it allows Salamangreat to basically, maybe you get into a situation where your field spell has been, taken away from you. Or, maybe you need to do a combo that involves going down multiple lines of the field spell. This gives you the chance to be able to do so. Next up is Oil. I can't believe this is the name of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, man. So this lets us target up to 2 level 4 lower fire monsters with different names in the graveyard and add them to your hand. You can only activate 1 We Struck Oil per turn. Well, here's the biggest thing with this. This is salvage on a fire recovery option. And I know a lot of people look at fire and they're like, wow, it's about time that we got the ability to strike oil and be able to recur back some of these resources. I don't know how competitive this card's going to be, but from a future card standpoint, if there's ever anything that you need to recur back resources from the graveyard for, to be able to reuse to punish your opponent with those, this is the card that will genuinely be able to do that. Also, they actually learn by putting a heart once per turn on this, so we don't have to deal with any craziness that comes out of it. Next up is Life Hack. Stun Robbie's going to enjoy this card. So this is a quick play, by the way. So we can target one face-up monster on the field. Until the end of this turn, its attack becomes your opponent's current life points. So if I have a Jowgen on the field, then I can target the Jowgen and make it 8,000 attack. Oh, okay. Also, any damage they take is halved. Alright. And then during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one face of monster on the field. Until the end of this turn, its attack becomes your current life points. Also, any battle damage your opponent takes is halved. This ensures that whatever floodgate monster that I'm putting on the field is going to be Giga Chungus huge. And that's actually kind of crazy. The fact that this is also multi-purposing, by the way, giving you both offensive and defensive options with this card is absolutely stunning. Like, I'm genuinely surprised that Life Hack is such a good card. Next up is Mr. Flame Tongue the Broken. You know, I figured we got this imported in the latest set, but for whatever reason, they've just continued to kind of dodge on around here and go, hey, you know, you guys don't need it, but Mr. Flame Tongue's 2 fire monsters. Face-up spells and trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Oh, yeah. So that protects my Fire King Island. That protects that crystalled IP that I'm about to, quickly launch up here off of the Flamberge Dragon to be able to paralyze you. Yeah, that's real problematic. You can target one of your banished fire monsters and add it to your hand. Wow. And if you do, you cannot activate cards or effects of that card's name for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Flame Tongue once per turn. I mentioned that's on a 1400 Link 2 Fire monster that you can just recur back any sort of resource that you need to with Flame Tongue. Yeah, the card is actually pretty bonkers good for what it actually is meant to do. Next up is a personal favorite. It's Repairgenics Controller. I love the idea that we can turn any of our level 4 lower Genix monsters into Repaired Controller. And then it literally just gives you can only special summon one of them once per turn. Why did they have to put that on there? If a card is Link summoned, alright, I love that. If this card's Link summoned, you can add a Genix monster from your graveyard to your hand. And then once per chain, if a Genix monster is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can immediately, after effect resolves, normal summon a Genix monster, and then you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for synchro monsters. If this using a Genix tuner, that's very important. I love this card. A lot of the new support in this set is pretty good, but I've always had a soft spot for the little Genix little guy. He's so adorable. Also, I mean, to be fair, if there was more of a way to actually protect this so you could do combo, I really dislike the fact that it has to be a once per turn summon on this to really get things going. Next up is Infernoid Evil. Yeah, this card is... I can't wait for the day when somebody realizes that you can use the Dark Fusion to make this, but that's insane. We have 2 Infernoid monsters on this thing. If this card is Fusion Summon, you can banish 1 Infernoid monster from your graveyard. Send Infernoid monsters from your deck to the graveyard with different names from each other equal to the banished monster's level. And then if he is sent to the graveyard or banished, we can add a Void spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. Did I mention that if you dump down, one of the 8s or 9s, you're deck thinning 8 to 9 cards on Evil alone. Also, most of the Infernoid support in this set is good. Between Blaze Up and Evil, all of the interactions that they gave, and Flood, yeah, the Infernoid stuff is actually very, very crazy good. Next up, for all of you DM enjoyers out there, is the Dragon Magia Master. Now remember, it's a Blue Eyes Ultimate, or 3 Blue Eyes monsters, plus 1 Chaos monster, or a Blackluster Soldier Ritual monster. And it has to be Fusion Summoned. Man, that's so rough. When your opponent activates a card or quick effect, you can negate that activation if you do destroy that card, and you can only activate this effect of this in response to each card type, monster, spell, and trap card once per turn. It is a triple negate, which is insane. And if this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one Blue Eyes monster or one Chaos or Blackluster Soldier Ritual monster from your extra deck or graveyard. Unfortunately, it does not bypass summoning conditions. I really wish it did. But this card goes absolutely amazingly in a lot of the older strategies, at least being visually appealing. And the last major thing we're looking for out of this is just the potential quarter-century upgrades with these altards. You know, Medallion of the Ice Barrier is the one I chose to feature here because the art on this is absolutely amazing. It actually makes use of Medallion instead of it just being the boring looking card. I know Medallion is one of the most broken spells and traps that, you know, you can kind of have access to for searching in the archetype, not being restricted to once per turn. Thanks, Konami. I'm really glad that, you know, we had the chance to experience the brokenness of this. But, like, honestly, all of the altards in this set, I think, have amazing potential. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy the chance to pick these up and honestly just be able to have more quarter centuries to celebrate the 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. Please make sure you guys give Raid Shadow Legends a download. All of the links you're going to need in the description, and there's even a QR code here for you as well. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.